A couple months ago, I did an English lesson on money. But you know one thing I never mentioned? That was Bitcoin, or anything about cryptocurrency. And Bitcoin has been in the news a lot lately, maybe in a country you are from. Brazil, Russia, Germany, El Salvador, Ukraine, Venezuela, Argentina, and many more. So I thought, I know a little bit about Bitcoin. Let's do an English lesson on Bitcoin. I can talk a little bit about what Bitcoin is in very simple English. We can talk about where you could buy your own Bitcoin, why you would want to buy your own Bitcoin, and finally, if you want to do your own research, which I encourage you to do, we will talk about some English terms that you will find as you're researching Bitcoin on your own. But the first term we should talk about is financial advisor. Pretty big term. Let's break it down into its two parts. Anytime you hear financial or finance, think money. Anytime you hear advisor, think advice, think help. A financial advisor helps you with your money. But remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't help you with your money. I can't tell you what to do with your money. I can only tell you a little bit about English because I'm an English teacher. And Bitcoin, what is it? Well, it's a cryptocurrency. Well, what's a cryptocurrency? Let's break this term down into its parts. Crypto, or cryptic, you might hear, it means secret, mysterious. Currency, think money. So it's kind of like a secret money. And why is it secret? Well, it's not attached to any government. It's not like the US dollar. It's not like the Japanese yen. It's not like the euro. It's not attached to any government. And it's not even a coin. I know that it says Bitcoin, but there's nothing you can actually touch when it comes to Bitcoins. Everything is digital. It's on a computer somewhere. So I just said Bitcoin was a type of currency, a type of money. So that means you should be able to buy something with it, right? Well, maybe. If you live in El Salvador, definitely. They just made Bitcoin their money. If you live in most other countries, you probably can't buy anything with Bitcoin yet. So why do you want to buy Bitcoin? Well, we need to talk about a nasty thing called inflation. And inflation goes like this. Let's say you have a savings account. You want to save some money. So you put it in a bank. Let's say you have $100. I'm filming this in 2021, the year 2021. So I have my $100 in the bank. And with my $100 right now, what could I buy? Well, I have a wife, her name is Jamie. Maybe with $100, she and I could go out to dinner somewhere, a nice dinner. Maybe we would have to pay for parking. And then maybe we go see a movie after and we get some snacks at the movies. Have you been to the movies lately? Snacks are very expensive at the movies, at least the movies in the United States. So for $100, I might be able to do that. But because of inflation, your money is worth a little bit less each year. So in 2022, I might not be able to do all of that for $100. It might take me $102. So if you leave your money in the bank in a savings account, basically inflation is going to make your money worth a little bit less each year. If you live in the country of Venezuela, you know this probably better than anybody. I've also heard Argentina is having a bad problem with inflation. And if you live in the United States, guess what? It's coming. So people often will buy Bitcoin instead of putting their money into a bank. So not only does their $100 not get any less each year, it becomes a little bit more. In fact, it might double. It might triple. It might become $200 or $300 in a single year. So what is Bitcoin? I'm gonna try to walk and talk at the same time, but it's so complicated, I might have to stop. In 2009, a person, we don't even know this person, he's kind of a secret, or she, named Satoshi, invented this very complicated system called Bitcoin. And what happens is you can get a very powerful computer, we call it a mining rig, and you can mine Bitcoin. What does that mean, to mine something? Well, it used to mean, like, let's say gold. It used to mean going into a cave, a mountain, digging deep into the earth and pulling out gold. That's what mining means. You can mine coal, you can mine silver. But I said before that Bitcoin doesn't actually exist. It's not physical. You can't touch it. Everything about Bitcoin is digital. It's on a computer. So these mining rigs, these very powerful computers, they solve these math equations that are so complicated, humans can't do it. And when the computer solves this math, it will mine Bitcoin. I hope that makes sense to you. You can't touch Bitcoin. It's always on a computer. You need a special computer to get Bitcoin. There is some animal that's running around in the woods. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I want to find out what it is. It's probably just a squirrel, but I keep hearing it. Yeah, just a little squirrel. Okay, back to Bitcoin. So why does the price of Bitcoin keep going up? It should be, by the time you watch this, it might be about 64,000 US dollars for one coin. Remember, you can't hold this coin. It just exists digitally on the internet. And if you went back a couple months ago, it would have been 38,000. So the price goes up and down a lot. There is risk with Bitcoin, but often if you hold it long enough, it will increase your money. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins, and every 4 years it gets just a little bit harder to mine those coins. Therefore, the price of Bitcoin keeps going up. More and more people want it, and it's not exactly easy to get. And you might be saying to yourself, or maybe screaming at the screen right now, Brent, I don't have $64,000. I can't buy a Bitcoin. Here's some good news. You don't need to buy a whole coin. You can buy slices of Bitcoin for as little as $5 a slice. So let's say today, maybe, when you get paid, you find a place, I'll show you some places pretty soon, of where you can buy Bitcoin. Maybe it's just $5 this week. Maybe it's $5 next week. Maybe it's $5 the week after that. There's actually a term in English for what that is, and it's called dollar cost averaging in, or DCA. You might see that. All that means is that once a month, twice a month, you just choose to put some money towards Bitcoin. And guess what? In a year, your money has probably doubled. So if Bitcoin sounds like something you would like to buy, there are a couple places, if you look into the description, that depending on your country, you might have to research a little bit about where you can buy Bitcoin in your country. But there are 3 places that I use. I do own Bitcoin, I should tell you, but there are 3 places down below in the description that if you want to use those links to find your own Bitcoin to buy it, you can. They're trusted, they're safe, They're called Gemini, Coinbase, and Webull. I am not going to make any money off of your links that you click on there. They are just links to those different sites. We actually call them exchanges. That's a place where you can buy and sell cryptocurrency, but be careful. And this is not financial advice. Most cryptocurrencies are going to go to zero. They will eventually be worthless. But if you're looking for 3 really good ones, I would stick with Bitcoin. That's the safest. And then there's something else called Ethereum and something else called Solana. They're not exactly like Bitcoin. They do something a little bit different. If you would like me to make a video on those, I can. But what I would do is, if you're just getting started into it and you haven't done a lot of research, stick to those 3. Maybe just stick to Bitcoin, which is what I mostly do. The governments of Brazil and Ukraine have actually talked about doing what El Salvador did, making Bitcoin currency, a way to buy things. So if you live in those 2 countries, it might be easier than ever to get yourself some Bitcoin eventually, in time. We are just scratching the surface here. This is just the tip of the iceberg. If you would like me to make another lesson about even more terms you'll find in English if you start researching Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, let me know in the comments. And if you're looking for more vocabulary when it comes to money, take a look at that live lesson I did all about money. Thanks for watching. See you next time.